Today we are going to discuss on the topic of research type based on the time. Okay, so what are the various research, how research can be classified based on the time, that we are going to discuss today. Based on time, research is categorized into three. You can see there are three varieties. In that, first variety is based on the duration of the time. How much time did the research last? Based on the duration of the time, there is one type of categorization. Based on the time direction, so is it moving forward, is it moving backward? Based on that, there are two types of research. Okay, so you can see here, one is cross sectional research versus longitudinal research. This is based on the time duration. Progressive research versus regressive research, this is based on the time direction. Prospective research and retrospective research, this is also based on the time direction. Is it moving forward or is it moving backward? First one is based on the time duration. Okay, it is classified into cross sectional research and longitudinal research. First one is cross sectional and second one is longitudinal. What is the difference between these two? This is applicable for both primary research and secondary research. This is based on the time duration. This point is important here. Okay, and what is cross sectional research? The study conducted at one specific point in time only. So it is at only one point in time. It is not moving forward, it is not moving backward. So there is no length for the time. It is only one time period. Example, counting the number of patients with diabetes mellitus, hypertension or obesity attending the evening OPD of general physicians in a clinic in various cities around the world. This is a study actually I have done in clinical research. This is from a famous company. So basically what they have done is, the researchers has to go into a general physician clinic and sit there, and they have to take first 15 patients and check whether they have diabetes, hypertension, obesity. That's it. One time the study is completed. That is the cross sectional research. Then coming to longitudinal research. What is longitudinal research? Longitudinal study is conducted over a period of time. This is over a period of time. Example, conducting phase 3 clinical trials for diabetes mellitus, hypertension, obesity for 1 year, urban cities around the world. Okay, so if you are doing study for a long time, long duration of time, this is 1 year of time or some period of time, not in point of time, that comes under longitudinal research. This is based on the time duration. So now we will check what is progressive research and what is regressive research. Progressive research and regressive research is applicable for both primary research and secondary research. It is based on the time direction, what direction the time is moving. First one is progressive research. In progressive research, research that moves forward to investigate the new findings. So you are moving forward to investigate the new findings. What is the example? Patients are diagnosed with diabetes mellitus. Following these patients in future for 5 years to study the development of ASCVD. ASCVD is atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease. You have diabetes patients and you are following them for 5 years to check whether they are developing ASCVD or not. That is moving forward. This is progressive research. And what is regressive research? Regressive research is exact opposite of progressive research. The research that moves backward to investigate the past events. Past events you have to check. Now what happened? The patients are diagnosed with ASCVD. Now the patients have come and they are diagnosed with atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease or plaques in the heart. What you are doing now? Reviewing this patient's past medical history for 5 years to identify if they have diabetes. They have ASCVD now. They are diagnosed with ASCVD now. What you are checking? You are going backwards, 5 years backward. You are getting their reports, their documents, and checking whether they had diabetes or not. That is regressive research. That is based on the direction of the time. Next one is based on the direction of the time. Again, research is divided into prospective research and retrospective research. Again, this is applicable for both primary research and secondary research. This is also based on time direction, but it is a bit different. How is it different? We will check. Here, what is prospective research? A study designed in which participants are enrolled before the exposure and outcome that have occurred at the start of the study and are followed forward for outcomes. So what you are doing here is, in this prospective study, the cause of the disease and the actual disease has not yet occurred. So you are following them in future. Best example would be giving COVID-19 vaccine to the healthy people and observing them for 1 year. See, here they did not contact COVID, right? You are giving the vaccine and checking them. So here, what is not happened? The exposure to disease has not happened and the outcome has not yet occurred. That is prospective study. Another best example from homeopathy would be giving COVID-19 genus epidemicus to healthy people and observing them for 1 year. So here, at the start of the study, there is no exposure or there is no outcome. It means there is no exposure to COVID-19 and there is no COVID-19 disease at the start of the study. That is prospective study. And what is retrospective study? This is exactly opposite. The study designed in which participants are enrolled after the exposure and outcome. Here, there is exposure already and there is outcome already that have occurred at the start of the study and past records are used to evaluation. So here you have the patients for whom have developed the disease at the start of the study, and what you are checking, you are going backwards and reading their documents to get some research findings. So what is the best example? See, at the start of the COVID, some people have COVID, right? And what the companies have done, who the patients have already completed the COVID, they are healthy now. They ask the patient to get the report. They analyze the reports to develop the vaccine. So what is that? Evaluating COVID-19 patients, past records to study the disease and develop vaccine. Okay. At the time of the study, event has occurred and the outcome has also occurred. Both are completed. Now you are going backwards and checking their reports and you are getting the information to develop the vaccine. Same way, evaluating the COVID-19 patient past records to study the disease and to find out the genus epidemicus. Normally this will happen in homeopathy. Somewhere in North India there is some epidemic has happened. Homeopathy doctors from all over India are called to that particular place and they have given the records of the patients. These guys will go and check that reports and come up with the genus epidemicus. This is commonly happening in homeopathy. So in this way, the research can be classified based on the time. Thank you.